I can look and see a problem. Happily, I don't have to be the one to fix it. What do we know that they do to thoroughbreds when they get lame?
Brooke put Rocky out to pasture without a halter on. If you want to jump and kick, you go right ahead.
This is Nate, and this is Cindy. This is their shelter. We are a full circle of life horse shelter, and we never turn an animal in need away. Every one of them has a story and has paid a price. One thing we've learned in 11 years, you just never know what's going to come through the door. Welcome to the 4th Rescue Tales from the Tundra.
So we're over here with Jody and Tucker. Tucker is a return from an adopter. He started, yes, hello, acquiring some bad behaviors like kicking. So he ended up getting lots of burrs in his mane and tail, and the volunteers were able to get it out of his mane and his forelock. Can you back up for a sec? But his tail's a different story because he's not overly nice about it. So Jody's working on touching him back there with a stick. Tucker. When Tucker got adopted, he was 2. Now he's about 5. So he's definitely got some baby brain in there still to work on.
Yeah, the baby want me to take. Huh? You want me to take him from the front? Or do you like both?
Tucker.
Being pushy. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Okay. You just need some manners.
Sir.
Because I don't like this in here.
Says, I want to be by the camera lady.
Come here. Stop that.
Good boy, Tuck. We're gonna try out some cowboy magic on his tail. Hi, Butters. Yay. All right, we're back out to check on progress of Tucker's tail. Oh, look at that.
It's getting there.
Has he tried to kick it all?
Nope.
Good.
Nope.
Oh, that stuff smells so good.
I know. Not too much more patience, Jody. Are we doing the countdown? A little bit more, Tucker.
Almost there, kid. It's that last big bundle right there.
I know.
Woohoo!
One more. What?
Little one hiding.
I think we got it.
There we go, Tucker. Yay! You've got a handsome butt now. Oh, hold
Gotta get
on.
them all out. They're hiding. Look at them all.
There we go.
There.
Beautiful. Good job, Jody.
This is Tucker. He was a recent return. We were told that he was stunted as a baby, so this is basically his size. He's 5 years old. Otherwise, overall healthy, as far as we know.
Feet are a little weird, or is that trim?
He did get trimmed. He did not get his backs done because he had kicked. He has some behavior issues.
Oh, do behaviors.
Yeah.
Can you kind of walk him to the end and back? You always have that like almost string halt gait type thing, or that just, you see what I mean? Like he's like
Yeah.
hyper flexive. Okay, bring him back this way. Envy, be nice.
I don't think it was anything that we had noted the first time he was here.
He's
Okay.
always kind of walked a little goofy, not like.
You know, I would say like almost, it looks to me like almost like string halt versus like, is it like some sort of congenital thing, or I don't know. That's why I was just curious if you'd noticed it before. Easy, dude. Whoa. Come here. Touch. Here. You're fine.
He'll bite.
Don't bite. I bite back. Oh. Fair enough. Oh, I wasn't going to go that far back, to be honest with you. You can go, okay, go down. We got it, might as well use it, right? And you probably know this, but a lot of horses, they're very touchy right down here on their plate, so. Well. Easy, dude. Easy, easy. You're fine, this isn't gonna hurt you. You're gonna just hit the vet stock if you kick. Ah, we won't fight that. I figured it's a learning experience. That wasn't so bad, dude. And he said his feet have always been a little bit on the odd side. He's got no heel on it. His 1 foot there on the left side, it's like, it's not evenly. And I don't know if it's trimming or if it's actually conformation. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Like both feet are pancaked out.
I don't remember that being an issue when he was here.
And like I
before.
said, it might be just need, you know, it's not cut evenly, meaning it's short on the outside than on the inside. And it may be just trimming. It may be just, I didn't know if it's a conformation thing with his other dwarfism, but
Yeah, I see that right hind kind of
yeah.
flares a little bit.
And the left hind curves in and the right hind flares in. So anyway, it might be a trimming issue. I'm not a farrier, so I let the experts look at that, but I can look and see a problem. Happily, I don't have to be the one to fix it. Yeah, he's hyperspastic, meaning he's like as he walks. So that's why I kind of wondered if he's dealing with some sort of back pain or something. I guess if I was going to work him, I'd maybe try to give him an NSAID and then like buterbanamine and then work him and see if his gait improves. Because that would tell me a bit more if it's pain related or if it's more of a neurologic related. Because he is very spastic.
Yeah, Karen said they pulled on his tail earlier and he was strong there. But
Oh yeah, I don't think it's that. Like he's similar on the front and back. And then there's a point where you look at his feet and you're like, I wonder if you squared them up if he'd walk better too. But he just, like I said, I'd call it hyperspastic more than weakness. So it'd be something to look into, but I guess if it was me, I would try NSAIDs and see if that fixes it. If it doesn't fix it, then you could decide if you wanted to look in to see if he has some HYPP or something genetically wise too. Sometimes that'll kind of present that way with some stiffness and hyperspasticity.
So this is a new owner surrender. Her name is Cheyenne. She's said to be 19 years old, stiff in the hind end. They said suspected arthritis. Otherwise, she seems to be a pretty good girl otherwise.
Surrendered, reason why, or?
They couldn't afford her board anymore. We do have a little printout saying her vaccines for Coggins and kind of like her behaviors if you wanted to read that at all for history.
Hi. Oh, yeah, you.
Baby girl.
You're a good girl, huh? Rideable?
Yes.
You want to walk her down and back? Just. Rachel, what do you think? Is she off at all?
Don't see too much of a head bob, don't see too much of a hip hike. I think maybe her left knee might be a little stiff.
I agree, it's the left rear. And I would say it's more stiffness than really not. She's weight bearing evenly.
Yeah.
It's just more of a stiffness. She's not doing complete flexion.
We did not take any stifle. If you would like some, we can.
If you were watching her move, I would have agreed with Rachel here that it looked like stifle. I'm going too fast and you see something, Rachel. Don't be shy.
Odds of me finding something are slim.
Such confidence.
Yeah, hers don't appear to have a whole lot going on.
Is that a bone cyst right there?
Yeah, that is.
Is that?
That would be her, according to her right. And again, are bone cysts clinical?
Not always.
No. And sometimes you're like, we're more off on the left, so it doesn't mean they're always painless on the other, but that was by far the worst. The back right carpus, we do have a bone cyst. So worth noting, but not something I would say is probably clinical, because again, if bone cysts don't incorporate the joint, they're often just incidental findings. We got little arthritic changes here. You see a little bridging across the joint. Oh, we have see this right here?
Very subtle, yeah.
That is an abnormality on the articulating surface. So she does have some.
It caused a little catch there when she moves.
Yep. And again, you'll see a little bit of arthritic changes on that. And that would be our little left. That's when she's bad on, or worse on. If you could appreciate it in this view. Right there.
I'm sure.
So that would be an abnormality. So that'd probably be considered like an osteochondrosis dissecans. So that looks like a cyst, but interesting. It's on the right again. But again, I wouldn't expect that to cause, you really don't articulate to that point. So on the right, small cysts again, also in the hock. Funny it's both on the right, but again, neither one of them would I consider. I wouldn't consider either one of them clinical. Like, I like to appreciate things on two different angles, right? If you're like, yep, the same thing. If I don't see anything on there, then here, to me that's an angle. defect, meaning you could have a defect there, or it could be an angle. I wonder if you did this view, but instead of going lateral to medial, do it medial to lateral, if she would let you.
Oh, like from the inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because here you can, I'm wondering if, well, no, that's a left.
Would you want to do an oblique as well?
Maybe an oblique more than, yeah.
And
You
that's
know,
all.
I just don't appreciate anything on this view other than just a little defect maybe there at the bottom. That's where I'm like, we're not seeing clinical problems. And to me, that looks like an angle versus an actual problem. It's slightly obliqued. I think, see, the problem is, see this one? See how this is directly in the middle? And then you see this one? It's off to the side. So we're obliqued on this angle. So that's what I'm looking at, is I think it's an oblique, not an actual. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So again, to get a good DP, you want to make sure this was a pretty good view, meaning this was pretty well centered. So that's a pretty good DP. You can look at these both evenly. So here, do you see how you almost can see that same, looks like a defect on the edge right here? Like how it drops off, but that's just natural, but it should not go like that. And I could also see that same defect here. So to me, when I see it on two views, and that's a really good view. Not saying you have to. I don't think there's anything there. Plus, we're not having problems on our right. But if you want to do fun and get a proper picture, I would just send her that.
Oh, you're okay.
She came in really from the surrender bench. She's one.
Okay.
We were able to eventually trace her tattoo and found out she's what, 13?
13, so thoroughbred?
Yep, off track, and then Polly put some shoes on her because her feet, of course, were a disaster. It's not. It looks like the left, I think. She's.
Favoring, yeah, left front.
And he said it's a work in progress. You know, it's
Yeah.
not one and done and they're fixed, but.
But she wasn't exactly sound before the shoes either, though. So
And we took x-rays of her as well. Nice thing is she put on all the weight.
she looks incredible.
She looked
All right, you want to walk her down and back? I know
Yeah.
it's not a perfect exam, but we at least get a something. All right. Whoa.
Scare yourself?
thoroughbred.
Yeah.
What's her grade of lameness? Rachel's a vet student riding with me today.
So,
That's why I'm quizzing her a little bit. Not that,
that'd be a grade 3 if it's at a 1.
again, she's kind of be between a 2 and a 3, really.
Okay.
Because she's not really, you know, grade 3, you'd really be off, like standing stationary.
Yeah.
Let's hold it out. In the
Okay, then she
pasture.
probably would be a 3. Yeah, there, she stepped off it.
Yeah.
So, again, me looking at her, she was standing on it fine. You're an easy girl. You know, and like I said, like anything in school, they try to make it black and white. In the real world, everything's gray. So we got shoes with snow pads.
Yes.
Got a little heat on that, but I'm sure with the other one.
Maybe. Looking at this scuffed little bit of hair up here too.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's like a scuffed little bit of hair too. Maybe we could get lucky and it's an abscess wanting to blow
That's what I'm
out.
thinking too, because it's hot.
Yeah.
It's not pulsing. Problem with shoes is you can't really dig abscesses.
Right.
But that's what I'm leaning toward, that it's an abscess in that foot.
Probably be a nasty blowout. If it's gonna blow out of the coronary band up there.
Well, it could be though. Or it's a chronic that she's blown out before and it's festering again. Because I got some, it feels like you're always festering or you're healing. Well, I guess I would say let's look for an abscess. Because like I said, there's for sure heat in this foot. Maybe be a project when the weather's tolerable to soak it and try to. Because again, when we got shoes, can't, especially with snow pads, you can't really dig at anything.
Yeah.
Ugh. That is not. So, what do we know that they do to thoroughbreds when they get lame?
Is this pin firing? Sorry.
I mean, I probably went to.
Okay.
I don't know much about thoroughbred industry.
I think this is a pin firing lesion.
And if I remember right, it's not on the other leg, so she's probably always had an issue with the left one.
So I think, and again, don't quote me on it, but do you see all this down here? I'll have to look back, but as soon as I saw that, the thing that hit my mind is she's been pin fired.
I didn't even think of that till you mentioned that. And she's so shaggy.
I didn't.
Wouldn't see the white hair.
I didn't see it on her leg when I looked at her, but when I looked at this X-ray, and just you see how this just looks like swollen and edematous, like the skin. That's a chronic. Looks like a horse has been pin fired.
I wondered about that, or if it's just
This?
right there.
Yeah, I think you might have an abscess there, or an old abscess. I like to. I wish you could get, but with the shoes it's really hard. But if you can get like a skyline view, you can sometimes track those abscesses better.
You can try. Put her down for skyline.
Yeah.
It might be hard with shoes, like that's where it's.
Well, we can always have Polly pull them.
Or if Polly pulls them and you could get a
Just do
skyline
them
view.
that day.
Yeah, you won't be here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to me, it might have some chronic issues that she was treated with for pin firing, by pin firing here, based on the X-ray.
Did you notice too? Because I don't know if it would be related. Up on, I think it would be the sesamoid bone.
Here.
Right there.
That'd be pin firing too.
Okay.
So generally, pin firing is like bowed tendon, suspensory ligament issues is what they do it for. And she may have some chronic bowed tendon. I also would like a skyline because I'd also like to look at her, get a better view of her navicular if she's got some navicular bone issue, because often suspensory ligaments and navicular bone are correlated. I don't see any obvious major cysts in the navicular bone. Maybe some mild degeneration just up there on the... And then, like I said, I'd be interested. It's a little hard from just these angles to be for sure. Is this an old, like from an old nail, or is this actually an abscess? Shoes. So you do like a, basically try to take the weight off. So you'd do like a bar shoe, like an aluminum bar, kind of like a navicular horse, because that's going to take pressure off of the suspensory ligament, and would probably make her a lot sounder if you had a bar shoe on that foot. Okay. So that's what I'd suggest, but talk to Polly. Maybe he has other genius ideas. But
definitely. So this is Carly. She showed up lame probably about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, and she does better on the soft ground, but on the hard ground she's definitely ouchy.
Can I just say, without seeing her, she's got winter laminitis?
Yeah.
She's sore on all fours. She's walking on eggshells. She's a little bit on the, looks like she has been on the hefty side. She just looks like it though, the way she's, did you see that when she walked in? She's not sore on one, she's sore on all four. Weird, it doesn't really feel warm though. She just looks like laminitis the way she walked out of the stall.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say it was her left, and then as she moved, I'm like, then it's her right, and then it's, all of her feet hurt. So she's been putting on weight. Is you graining her or not?
Yeah, she's just been on Hasten. She's been
Okay.
here. She got a dental done. She was used as a broodmare before, so I imagine weaning the baby off helped her quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, she does have some heat in her feet though. More in the back than the front though, which is weird. Did she get worse in the really cold weather? Or?
Not really too much of a difference that I've noticed.
She just always been a little ouchy?
Just like the last couple weeks.
Okay. Boy. So if this was laminitis, she should be kicking away from me. So my initial gut feeling might be wrong. Easy. Didn't like that. All right, next up. Have you ever tested her for Lyme's?
No.
All four, I think, have laminitis, and with the cold weather, I was like, winter laminitis, but she's not sore in her feet at all. So the next thing I think of infectious causes, because she's ouchy and sore everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's shifting, and it's not just one leg, and her back isn't, for an old mare, like she's a little sore right there, but I guess what I would do is run a tick panel on her.
Okay.
Because to me, it was either laminitis or tick when she walked out.
Yeah, right front and back left.
Well, I feel like she shifts every time I look at her, though, a little. You want to draw blood?
I can.
Perfect. Sorry, I forget. You need to butt in and say, let me do it. So we go here. See it right there?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Used to doing them in the summer.
A lot of hair.
There's a lot of hair, but I think she'll be a good one. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had you try. So you angled it wrong.
Okay.
So pop the tube off it. So you went like that.
Uh-huh.
You kind of got to go straight in, so like that. And then you got to pull it out. I'm not saying I'm perfectly in.
Yeah.
Maybe pull it out and re-angle a little. But you should be awfully close there.
Yeah, I got it.
Got the squeaker.
You got a flash there, so you got to be close. Maybe this vac container's bad. That's the other thing. You can sometimes, the danger of vac containers is sometimes you're like, oh, you're imperfect, and then the vac container bad. So you grab the red top and pull this off and see if you see the vac container was bad.
These are some Cushing's results from Puddin, which you had seen, I believe, last time. He had the myopathy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he had gotten a Cushing's test taken from his previous owner.
When was it taken? Does it have a date on it?
Received 8/14/24.
Okay.
And the results were just a little unclear, so we were just going to have you take a look at it.
This is why I never do the stim test, because they cost a lot and they don't really tell us a lot. Meaning it could be consistent but not definite. Nothing's definite with it. And I'm like, well, all right, sorry. That's why this is confusing. It's because they used a weird test. So was 53, which means stim or a retest to confirm. So they did a test a TRH stim to confirm. And then 0 to 200 would be equivocal. Greater than July through December, less than 100 is unlikely. Equivocal, January through June would be 100 to 200. PPID lute, January to June, or greater than 500 in July to December. So our results are equivocal. That's my interpretation. So our results are equivocal, which means we don't know. It's not definite. It's possible, but not for sure.
The sun's right now,
Yeah.
and I guess kind of we were wondering when we saw that, it was like, should he actually be on it, because he seems like depressed, you know, like, is it?
I'm kind of, because percent has that effect.
Yeah.
I gave you was like, we're like at 17 or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I wouldn't start any horse on at 17. Maybe we retest in a couple of years if it's an owner's. You know, here it might be different because hopefully we're not here that long. But you know, that'd be my general thought. Is yep, at 17 we might be tending toward it, but we're not for sure it. Greater than 30, I'd say yes, we probably have it, but it's not plus or minus. Over 300 with clinical signs, meaning bad feet, shaggy coat, all the symptoms, then I'd say yeah, we do it. If it was me at 53, you know, again, based on the time of year, we were in August, and at that time of year for the post-stim, equivocal is greater than 500. We're kind of landing right at the 300 mark, which is right between definitely not and equivocal. So if I got these tests and someone's like, I really want to know, I'm like, well, then we retest between January and June, because that's when we would get the best results. And that's the hard part. This was taken at a complicated time in August.
So would you recommend retesting him, or just
Yes.
taking him off? And
I would take him off and then retest once he's off.
Okay.
You could test him now, but my guess is going to be he's going to be normal or low.
Because he's on the medication.
So, you know, again, we could just retest him now and say, does it warrant taking it off? You know, I guess you're out the 140 that it takes to toss the test. Or we just say, take him off, see if he perks up, and then maybe in that January, which we are kind of, but January to June after we've been off for a month, then test him and say, hey, are we at 53 or are we at 15? But I'd take him off for a month.
Okay.
Sometimes I think percent causes more problems than it helps.
Yeah.
What do we know about cough angles in horses? When do we think it's a problem?
Isn't it greater than 5 degrees difference?
Yeah. It's considered clinical now. I've seen horses resolve, like, I see greater than 15, I'll say this is never going to probably fix itself. You know, if we get like an 8 to 10, I'm like, and we're having a flare up, I'll be like, well, if we treat it and we trim it and we treat it properly, a lot of them will resolve. But greater than 15, I generally will tell people, doesn't mean we euthanize, but it could mean that we have to chronically treat. Or we might need to shoe them, you know. I could eyeball those and tell you they weren't rotated, but now we have a number. They're like less than 2, both of them. When I saw her walk, I thought it wasn't, because she's like that walking on eggshells type appearance. But that's why I'm like, Lyme's aching something weird, because not just one leg.
Someone took a blood test.
I really don't see anything in these x-rays that would be like, oh, this is, you know, unless it's higher up, but just the way she's walking, I would say it's just like she's achy everywhere. All right. Puddin', I know I saw last time, he's the one we looked at with the Cushing's, right?
Yeah,
When we looked at
and
his Cushing's numbers.
the myopathy. We just kind of took some x-rays for the swelling, and because his back left, I want to say, was pretty
Looks like
swollen
it's
in
left
the
and it's back.
fetlock.
Oh, it is swollen. You see anything, Rachel?
That's something on the screen. Seriously, just something on the screen. I can appreciate some soft tissue swelling, but I don't see any bone or joint changes. Some bony changes on the edge there.
Yeah, it's interesting because it almost looks like ring bone, but it's not around the joint, which I would typically see next to the joint. So to me, his left leg, it looks soft tissue to me. So you see there's a lot of edema there, there's a lot of swelling. There is some, basically I'd call it hyperreactivity along the bone margins right there. But nothing that looks joint related. I don't see anything skeletally.
Okay. And then, do you think the swelling is just from the myopathy or
Lack of moving around.
lack of?
Does he lame on it?
He's kind of punchy with it, you know?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he does
punchy
have
on everything. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember him.
Yeah.
I guess my lean would be yes, that it's probably edema due to lack of. So basically, you're talking about lymphadenitis or edema building up in the lower limbs. It's not like elephantitis in like a draft breed, but I would call it, or lymphadenema in, those really bad drafts you get with those swollen legs. But I think I would try, when the weather gets nicer, get them out and moving and see if it gets better.
Okay.
Because to me, it looks edema. Unless he was really sore on it,
Yeah.
I would call it edema rather than anything else.
Okay.
It's one foot, not another, but like I said, even with drafts, you sometimes get one foot, not another, that
Yeah.
swells up. And that's the trouble. You never can win, sadly.
You'll see a bunch of them next week.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give Tucker here some Banamine. Dave noticed yesterday that he was pretty sore in his back and that his gait is slightly different. So we're going to see if this does anything to help the pain in his back and see if it helps his gait any. Hi. Oh, don't drool it all out. Dude. Tucker, swallow it. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Says Kerr. He wasn't happy about that. So now we're just gonna let him chill in the stall for about a half hour or so, let that hopefully kick in, and we'll see where he's at.
So Ray has been cleaning Winky's leg wound now for a couple months. It was a pretty large wound, but I think we showed you guys a clip at one point where it was getting better. But now we just kind of want to update you on his process because Look at that. It used to literally be like, honestly, his whole, I'm not even showing it, like all of this, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Filling in.
yeah. Yay.
So we do things a little bit differently than how we started in the beginning with his wound care. So now typically what it looks like is I clean his leg off with this medicated wound wash. This has colloidal silver in it, which has a lot of antibacterial properties. So I'll soak his leg with this, clean it all off, and then dry it. After the wound is all cleaned up, we apply the Curacin clay over top, and that just helps form a bandage to keep it nice and moist overnight. So I start with just soaking it to help loosen up all the clay and any scabbing that's been on it overnight. Thankfully, he's maintained super tolerable throughout all of this. He actually looks forward to coming out of his stall and getting his leg cleaned up every day. He's a good guy. So now we're just gonna go ahead and rinse his leg, and then we'll pat it dry and apply that Curacin cream. And it helps get all that excess gunk off. And now that all the clay is cleaned off, you can see how soft and pink the wound actually looks.
Pink. So pink.
Super fresh.
Pinker than your hair.
Good job, buddy. Good job. So now I'll just apply a thin layer of this Curacin clay. This has silver in it as well, so again, lots of healing properties. Moving forward, if I ever notice the wound is super swollen, I do still sweat wrap it like we were doing in the beginning daily. That just helps pull out some of that excess fluid. And then the hope is once this is all filled in with pink skin, we'll probably start icing it just to help with the recovery of his skin and the muscle.
Beautiful. So Brooke put Rocky out to pasture without a halter on to see if she can catch him without having one on. I mean, I don't know. What made you do it, I guess?
Well, because the day that I had, it was Monday, I was almost able to just walk up to him and clip on the lead rope. And he's been doing good with catching. He just kind of has his own little routine of it. And otherwise he'll come up to me and just be like, clip it on. I'm like, okay. And then we worked on haltering and unhaltering in the round pen. They'd be fine with that. So
we're just gonna see.
we're just gonna see.
All right. We're gonna kind of hang out down here though. Let you do your thing. I'll zoom.
Hi, handsome. You gonna walk up to me today? What you think? You wanna smell it? You want the hand first? That's my finger, thank you. Is this your halter? Nope, just gotta stick to routine. What do you think, kid? Okay. You're gonna walk away, walk away. Turn in. Good boy. Try this again.
Look at that.
Easy.
Got the halter over.
Good boy.
Yay!
Look at that, kid. Good boy.
Rocky Rococo. How good does that feel?
Amazing. After how many months of just clipping it on or running him down.
That's so fun. Rocky, you did it, big boy. I'm a big kid now.
Literally. Good boy.
Good job, Rock.
You feel good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Success.
I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. I was kind of debating, but then I'm like,
I say we just yes, good boy it
yes,
and
good boy. I'll take that. Yes.
put him back and let him know that that was the right choice. He's like, I want to move my lip, but I can't let you know it feels good, not yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry, I closed the gate.
It's okay.
Good boy, Rock.
So today we are gonna head down to the quarantine barn to weigh Mr. Shady here. I feel like he has enough confidence to make it down there and get through the chute, to step on the scale, so we're gonna see how that goes. Did her arm? Like she was just sitting for him. Yeah, it's good.
He would be gone though. I feel like if he got loose, he just wouldn't stop.
No. It'd be like I'm finally the free coach I was meant to be.
He'd be 3 counties over and be getting phone calls.
My hand's right here. It smells good. Step. Easy. 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 Forward. Good boy. Good boy. You got this. Okay, now come on the rest of the way. Good boy. All the way. A little bit more. A little more. There. A little more. Got that other back. There. 685, let's say. Kind of fluctuates.
Yeah. Goes from 685 to 687.
Yeah, 685 we'll go with.
Attaboy!
Shady. There's no other way than that. Oh boy.
He's like, really? That's all you need?
Back. You got it, kid. Get in here, you can get out. Good boy. You gotta back out, kid. There's no other way.
He's like, well, if I turn right, I could jump it.
Yeah, man. You just gotta back off. Come on. It's not even that he's really that scared. He's just like, what? Why? You can't turn around.
Do I need to move? Am I scary behind you? Or what if I'm in front? on, dude.
No. You're not turning around in here. There you go. Oh boy. Take your time. Come on. Got this kid. Gosh, it's not a video you go off and hit the movement. Come on. You got it back. You can't turn. The scary camera.
Yeah.
There you go. Good boy.
So, Winky doesn't get to like be out at pasture right now because of his leg. So Ray takes him on some as daily as possible walks.
Weather pending and his leg healing pending, of course.
Well, today Winky is like almost the only one in the barn that can't go outside. So we're gonna take him for a walk because it's so nice out.
Yes.
And he's been yelling all day. All right, Winkus.
Go for a walk.
Are we gonna see some excitement? I'm gonna stay back a little bit. You wanna jump and kick, you go right ahead.
The sun feels so nice.
I know, the sun feels great. Where are you going, Winky?
He doesn't know. Come on me. What do you think?
What do you think, Winks?
It's not very good grass, buddy.
No.
Okay, downhill, bud. Okay. Downhill.
Pick up your feet, Wink.
So it's been a while since I've used these things.
Yeah, right?
Good boy.
There it is.
He's so handsome.
I know, he's so cute. Whoop.
What do you think? Huh? You goofy. It's pretty boring today.
That's okay. He got a little excited over there.
Yeah. There's no wind or anything to amp him up about.
Nobody really cares that he's out here. Good stretch for your legs, Wink.
You wanna say hi?
I'm gonna
He's
say
on a
hi to
field
some
trip.
friends.
Bo says intruder.
They're just gonna stand and look at him like he's a stranger danger.
One day you'll be back out there, Winky.
He says, will I?
Yes.
Come say, oh, Mary,
Mary.
you gotta be nice.
Anger right away.
You can't meet new friends if you're gonna be mean.
He's just on a field trip, Mary.
He's just on a field trip.
No, because you're gonna squeal at each other. You get sassy.
They're like, just one nose touch, just one boop.
Mary, he can't see you on that side.
Girl. Yeah, girl. Goofer. She loves you deep down, Wink.
Don't be a goofy by the shop.
Not on the concrete, please.
Okay.
Stop for a snack.
Grass in January.
Yum. Old but edible. Well, that's rambunctious Winky for the day.
Pretty even tempered today.
So we are going to an auction next week, beginning of next week, so a few days. The trailer isn't quite completed yet, so Nate's taking it over to the shop. We're gonna get the floor all fixed up, and then we should be ready to bring some horsies back home. So Nate's got to cut some of the old bolts off first before he can put the new boards in. A little too long.
It's gotta go under that first.
Oh.
Gotta bolt it down and we'll be done.
Okay, so Nate needs a sharper drill bit. He's got to run to town to get that. So he basically just has to get the bolts in, and the trailer will be ready to go for the auction.
Look at this tiny little egg nest I found frozen to the ground.
To the ground?
Yeah, it's full of horsehair, hay, and net.
So very well put together and very circular.
Look at, you can see all the different hair.
I wonder who's all in there.
A lot of them, I guess. It was so cute. I had to unfreeze it from the ground.
Now Eliza's here and has joined the blanket cleaning fun.
She keeps spraying me with the hose.
She threatened to spray me when I told the world about her pumpkin sticks incident.
Not that funny. Anyone could have heard that. No!
See? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blankets washed and dried. Is this the last one?
One more.
Okay, so then we're clean this one. Well, not we. I'm not doing anything. We'll clean this one and then there's one more. Right here. Yep.
I caught it.
Now we can finish.
Yes, because you have a sharper something.
Yeah, I drilled all the holes already, so I was good.
Oh, okay. Perfect. but we don't have a hole in the floor anymore.
Tonight, me and Eliza are using the one warm day and taking JT and Hannah out on the trail. She's on Hannah and I'm on JT. Hannah's a little barrel horse up there. And then we got Grandma back here. Who's trying to take me out at the knee? Sunset. Little prance out of the barrel horse up there. Alright, we're almost done with our trail ride. Hannah's of course in front doing a little prance, and we got Grandma back here who acts like she doesn't want to be here. But you know, retirement. We're at the home stretch. Hannah's very excited, really wants to go. And JT's just chugging along. Can't tell if she's enjoying it. But that's the view. You can low-key tell like it's half horse, half shop. Cars, horse. Okay, it's 6:06. We're just finishing blankets. We started around 1. Goes all the way down here, and then somewhere over there. We took a trail ride break and some bathroom breaks, so about an hour and a half from 1 to 6. But yeah, now we're gonna do night chores and go home.